Hi there. My name is Connor Teal from the Barre City Energy Committee. Today, we are interviewing a Barre City business owner for our Energy Champion series. With us is Darren Ohl of the Vermont Bicycle Shop on North Main Street. We also have Brad Long, Community Engagement Manager at Efficiency Vermont, who will start the conversation with Darren by asking about recent energy efficiency measures completed at his shop. Take it away, Brad.
Thanks, Connor. Darren, so in early 2020, you had a business energy walkthrough through Efficiency Vermont, which was part of Efficiency Vermont's targeted community campaign in Barre City. What exactly was the walkthrough, and what did you learn and what did you do with the information?
Yeah, we had Paul from Efficiency Vermont come out. We had done some updates to a new space we had taken over that improved our efficiency, and we were looking to expand on that. We also had a couple of concerns that needed addressing concerning where we were seeing heat loss affect our electric bill via heat from other spaces coming into ours, causing us to have to run air conditioning and fans way too far into the fall. And so they were very helpful in solving what the problem was, presenting solutions, and even hooked us up with a couple of great contractors to that end. And even before we had that walkthrough, Efficiency Vermont had provided us some great valuable information concerning, we updated all of our lights to LED when we moved into space. They had rebates that made that a net zero cost for us for the parts. We didn't pay for any of these fixtures after our rebates. We paid a little bit of labor, and that was it.
Cool. Well, great. The business energy program continues to run through 2020. So any business can call Efficiency Vermont and schedule a free virtual walkthrough, and we'll try to help out as best as possible. Thanks, Darren.
Let's now shift gears to transportation efficiency and how residents can reduce fossil fuel use through cycling. Darren, can you briefly describe your experience with cycling and why you opened a shop in Barre City?
Yeah. For us, we moved to Barre 7 years ago now, and we'd only meant to be here kind of short term in order to move closer to family, but we liked it so much we stayed. And when I moved to Vermont, this was the goal, is to open a shop. And Barre was receptive. It was affordable. It was a community that was underserved. And so we did our homework and we found a home here. My experience in the bike industry has been from one that I've spent many years bike only in communities, both friendly and probably less than friendly to cycling. My experience also is as a bicycle mechanic of 25 years for professional world-class racers to everyday commuters and pumping up kids' tires. So just like everything to do with bikes. And I also like everything to do with bike shops. So.
Okay, great. Well, many people tend to bike for recreation. Today, I'd like to focus more on commuter biking, say to work. What are some benefits to commuting with a bicycle?
Well, on a personal standpoint, I always feel like bicycling provides a spectacular mental health benefit. And that's the most important part for me. It's also a health point. We know that 15 to 20 minutes of exercise outdoors is the same stress relief as an hour of indoor exercise. And so we can see clearly right away how even a short bike ride to work is hugely beneficial for your overall health. And even as a business owner, it's incredibly valuable. We have a space here where our landlords are very friendly to us, improving the efficiency of the space, as well as just doing changes to the space that let us kind of do whatever we want. And to that end, I've dedicated and built portions of the space here for our employees and us to commute to work. When we do that, we're all happier, sure. But even as a business owner, I know that improves things when we have less stress in our workday. We go from being maybe 4 to 5 hours of productivity to 5.5 to 7 hours of productivity. So that return on investment is very clear. So I think that's all highly valuable.
Okay, so what are some measures that can be done to make bike commuting, say, more appealing or safer for riders?
I think planning infrastructure, we could see larger communities, even smaller communities in Vermont, who have put the infrastructure as a part of their significant plan. We see at the graduate college level and even at the 4-degree level, when people study urban infrastructure, that this is more than just a trend, but is a significant focus of those studies, is to plan for walking, cycling infrastructure to be king rather than planning to be, the automobile traffic king. And the reason that is because municipalities see a significant improvement in their maintenance budgets. Municipalities then are contributing greatly to fostering the growth of smaller local businesses that keeps monies in communities. These large cities know this, and there's a reason why all of a sudden they have better budgets for these programs. It's because they start the investment and it returns. That investment returns, and that's generally the lesson, I think, in a nutshell, in cycling in general, is you have an investment that can return quite easily. You have a happier and healthy populace and community. And we can also all kind of generally benefit, in a social atmosphere.
As you know, Barre City sits on some large hills. Electric assisted bicycles, or e-bikes, are designed to help climb those hills. What is your experience with e-bikes and your opinion on them?
It's such a fantastic trend to see come to a fruition of like we're seeing now. In the past, e-bikes have come to market and they've been quite, proprietary, or all the pieces are made by one small company. Now we're not seeing that. We're seeing major players who came to the bike industry. Bosch, Shimano are two examples. They said, we're making a standardized version of this system. You as bike brands need to make a wide array of different bikes that mount to these systems. And in doing so, we've seen all of a sudden a market of sustainability. 10 years in, I can still buy a battery for that original Bosch system. I can still buy a motor for that original Shimano system. And that's wildly important to people being able to buy those bikes, because they're going to buy that bike and they're going to use the heck out of it, especially around here, getting up those hills. It's taking those great and wonderful places we have in Vermont, and it's making them way more accessible to everyone. Commuting to work becomes quite the reality. I have two customers who would often drive to the bottom of their hill, then get on their bike and ride to work to Montpelier. And now they ride from home and they ride back home up those hills again all year. So a significant change for them with the e-bike. It's a wonderful product. With the electric motor system, we also get to see a much lower maintenance schedule and need. So we really have a perfect storm of, I think, finally presenting a product to customers of a wider scale that's valuable. We stopped trying to sell people race bikes, and that's my favorite thing, because now we're trying to sell people bikes they use every day.
I was just checking out Green Mountain Power's website, and it looks like Green Mountain Power is offering an incentive towards the purchase of an e-bike, and it looks like the Vermont Bicycle Shop is a participating member in that program. So currently, it looks like somebody can get a pretty good incentive, a couple $100 off of an e-bike through Green Mountain Power. Is that still holding true there, Darren?
Absolutely, and that incentive happens right at the register, which is really great. The Green Mountain Power program really presents, an affordability point. E-bikes are expensive. Good e-bikes can be seem like they're a little higher priced than some of these off the wall, overnight shops selling stuff online that, kind of don't fit the need of sustainability necessarily. And so with the Green Mountain Power rebate, we could see proper, maintainable and sustainable e-bike products come to market and be in the same kind of competitive range as those kind of weird overnight disappear stuck with a brick e-bike. So a really great program there. Washington Electric also has a rebate program. It's not direct at the register, but reach out to them. That can also, if folks are a customer there, but and other electric municipalities are starting to move towards that. They're starting to offer rebates to their customers. So lots of options out there.
Very cool.
Okay. Well, right. Thank you, Darren, for taking the time to share your knowledge and your promotion of bicycle riding in our community. And certainly thank you, Brad, for joining in on the conversation, highlighting Efficiency Vermont's virtual business energy walkthrough program. So thank you both.